All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here, of course, for Monster.
Episode 4.
Bad luck, number 4.
Yes. Yeah, we've had
The
time
monster
skip,
is coming.
and that ominous message of the monster is coming.
Oh.
I have no idea what to expect.
Well, I mean, we have very good reason to suspect Johan and the girl to some extent.
Yes. Yes, but I went back and checked on episode 2, and the wrappers, the poisoned wrappers, were inside, and the bag was actually sealed. So they did not poison the candy. Poisoned candy was sent to them. So
I don't buy it. I think that it could have easily been resealed.
Okay.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's such a small thing right now that it's still something that's very coincidental that
Right. I get the feeling
that the candy was from the room where Johan was sleeping and ended up being the reason why they died. There might be some kind of supernatural element involved, but we've kind of theorized
I think that's more of the leading into whatever will be the next sort of arc in the story.
Right. It's more of the subtle themes that will hint towards that. But we can't ignore them. So I don't want to put the supernatural outside the realm of possibility completely.
No. Right. But that's probably not what it is.
I want to examine more of the coincidences that happen around these kids.
Right.
Because that's where I think the quote unquote monster really is.
Yeah, because they have been setting it up that it seems they've been staying with different
childless
parents and then killing them.
Yeah, maybe they are keeping them there out of empathy because they're kids with no home and stuff, and then they use that for
whatever
their
it
benefit.
is.
But we'll see.
We will see.
I'm really excited. So without further ado, let's get into this episode and see what happens.
過去2年間に起きた4件の中年夫婦殺人事件、そのうち3件の現場近くでお前は目撃されてるんだからね。何のためにドイツ全州にまたがり4件もの、それも子供のない中年夫婦ばかりを殺害し、
yeah.
金品は盗まれていたが、
That's the real question, isn't it?
3人で分けたのでは、この犯罪は割に合わない。ここで証言すれば、お前
He was totally coerced.
Yeah. I think he's scared of something more than the charges.
He's scared of the monster.
Jeez. Holy crap.
Okay.
いや、もう一絞りだ。
Yeah.
主治医の命令です。もう喋れるんだろう。こういう日は本当に生きててよかったと思うよ。たまにはこういう時がないとやりきれなくなるんだ。毎日毎日人の生き死にを目の前に。
No, but this is good for Tenma to kind of talk about because
He's not going to have it for much longer.
Yeah.
私も以前はそうだった。手術がきっかけで私は変わったんだ。
Yeah. Yeah.
兄ちゃんがね、頭部を銃撃されたその子を助けることで私は医者の本部に立ち返ることができたんだ。人の命の重さはみんな一緒だ。
Wow. Okay. That's not at all ironic.
Yeah. I can just see the symbolism just dripping out of the words here. It's so obvious. Oh man. And they can change for the worse too.
Yeah.
先生は俺の命救ってくれた。俺の親みたいな感じがする。
いきなりでかい子供ができたもんだな。
俺子供の時欲しかったんだ。空耳時計。こうちょうど時刻になるとぴょこぴょこくるみ割りのが飛び出してくるやつ。毎日毎日それが欲しくて時計屋のショーウィンドウに顔をひっつけてた。一番最初にやった錠前破りがその店さ。その時はすぐに捕まって時計は手に入らなかった。
It's like actual regret for what's happened.
But
yeah,
exactly.
警察に全部話して一からやり直すんだ。
All my partners. Whoa.
Oh.
君の言っていたモンスターにか。
Okay.
Oh, it's the clock.
Nice.
ちょうど時刻になるとぴょこぴょこくるみ割り人形が飛び出してくるやつ。
これだ。
Nice.
Cool. And this will be the thing that helps him.
なんだよ。
It's those little things that matter the most.
Yeah.
見張りのおまわりさん、そこにいるんだろう。
Oh no.
全部
Crap.
Oh no.
それ
Oh
ド
no.
クター天馬も呼んでくれないか。
Yeah. He's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no body. He's just disappeared.
Yeah. Oh, crap.
おまわりさん。
Oh, come on.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
And he's coming to deliver the clock.
Yeah, and he's already
こん
gonna
な
be
時間だけ
dead.
ど病室の方へ行ってもいいかな。
はい、どうぞドクターテンマ。
Oh no, they'll just pin it on the guy. Because he ran out and killed him.
しっかり。
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, if the body's not there,
Yeah.
don't smell it. Wait.
キャンディ
Yeah.
ユンケルさん。
No way. But the
No,
fact that the
the
candy
clock.
wrapper was there, that
Oh my
should tie to the
gosh.
poison, which means that the Junkers guy probably wasn't the one who did it.
ユンケルさん。9年前のあの時と一緒だ。しちゃダメだ先生。しちゃダメだ。
Holy crap.
Is the monster here?
そう見ちゃダメだ先生。こいつ。仲間を
Yeah.
殺したのはこいつだ。先生も殺される。
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
ダメだ先生。しちゃダメだ。
お久しぶりですね、先生。
Yeah.
Holy
crap.
Oh.
Holy
9
crap.
年前、
Yeah.
先生は僕の
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
もう忘れちゃったかな。二人
Jeez.
No, he didn't.
ヨハン。逃げろ。先生もやられる。何をするつもりだ。ユンケルさんは私の患者だぞ。
Too bad this isn't a time before cell phones, right?
処刑だよ。
やめろ先生。逃げるんだ。こいつに仲間殺されたんだ。フレッツが死ぬ間際に言ってたんだ。俺たちはモンスターに雇われたって。
Okay.
こいつは人を殺すことなんて何とも思っちゃいないんだ。逃げろ。先生殺されるぞ。
But why is he not doing anything?
Yeah, why is he letting him?
ユンケルさん。
よせ。やめるんだヨハン。ユンケルさんは君の正体を知らないようだが私は知ってる。これ以上罪を重ねるなヨハン。
Yeah, he could also just kill you.
Yeah.
そういう名前の時もあったっけ。
What?
でもそれは僕の本当の
Wait.
名前じゃない。
どういうことだ。
僕の過去を知っちゃいけないんだ。あの4組の夫婦もリーベルと夫妻。
Oh crap.
The Lieber family was just the first?
でも先生は別だよ。
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
先生は僕の親みたいなものだもん。
親。
Oh, the second.
Yeah, it's just like
先生がいなければ僕はここにいないんだ。
Oh, that is twisted.
that is so scary.
人を殺しちゃいけない。
なぜ
Why not?
人の命を何だと思っているんだ。私は君の命を助けることで医者の本部に立ち返ることができたんだぞ。君を助けることで人の命の重さは全て平等だって気づいたんだぞ。
先生、あの事件の後 すぐに外科部長になったんだって。
Yeah. You're welcome.
本当に良かった。先生が外科部長に昇進して。
Yep. He wanted that to happen. Yep.
院長や外科部長やチーフが死んだから今の先生があるんだ。
まさか
Yep.
君が
But how?
だって先生が言ったんじゃない。先生が望んだんじゃない。僕の意識が戻った時。
Yes! Yes!
Yep, yep.
Oh, I knew it! Oh!
僕は間違え
Yep.
た。あんなやつ、あんなやつ、死んだ方がマシだ。マシだ。
Oh, he did create this monster.
Yeah.
先生の望み通りに伝えたんだよ。
Crap. Oh.
怖いよ先生。先生、助けてよ先生。死にたくないよ。
And yep.
僕はあの時死んでいたはずだったんだ。
All this is because of
先
you.
生が僕を生き
Yeah.
返らせてくれたんだ。
The face. The
Uh-huh.
face.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Oh, just got chills.
とまあこういうわけですな。おい
おい、
今日のところはお引き取りいただこう。
Crap. He doesn't believe him at all.
No, he doesn't.
Crap.
That's and this
Because
is
no one believes the kid that
right.
kills
exactly.
people with poison candy story.
Yep,
It's,
yep.
it's too ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sounds
And
more like
this is-
the talk of a crazy person.
Right, and this is why he'll have to go after Johan himself because all the police think he did it.
Yeah. And the closer and closer it gets to the truth, he gets to the truth. The
Uh-huh.
closer and closer he'll get to losing his
boy.
life. Yikes!
That happened. So
Well, it's gotten a lot simpler.
yes,
Johan did everything.
right,
But-
but the sister, they haven't.
The sister,
The sister's gone.
the sister, yeah, the
Okay,
sister's
but,
disappeared.
But the sister could be that person that he met.
Okay, possibly
It's
that would be
like if
that'd be
they
very
wanted
cool.
to do something,
But because
crazy.
the date didn't happen, I think that might have just been just a placeholder thing for now. But
Oh, gotcha. I thought they might have skipped past
But
that,
also, this show does need a few more characters coming up. But here's one thing that is really wrapped up potentially is the sister was talking about the brother being killed.
Right,
Kill
yes, not
him.
right.
Kill Johan. Don't
Yes.
let him live. Basically,
Right.
which puts credence to my theory of her being the one that could have shot Johan.
Yeah, I would say that's yes. I would say that's
because
definitely
she was trying to kill him.
right. Yep.
Now, here's the thing.
Yep.
She could also be messed up in the head like Johan.
Oh, absolutely.
And
yeah.
something about his monstrosity just caused her to go, nope, and kill him.
Now they insinuated in
because
this
they're
that-
twins, yeah.
Yeah, they're twins, but they also insinuated in this that the Liebert family was
Yes.
not their actual family. That
Yes.
was just the first couple without children
And
that they
they
did away with.
And they fled East Germany with the two kids.
Uh-huh.
Basically removing any kind of reasoning for why these kids are with them. It's kind of a, well, of course, there are
Yeah,
kids.
exactly. Yep.
When they could have not even really been adopted officially. They were
Right.
just kids that
Mhm.
were for some reason brought in. Now
Yep.
here's where it gets a little bit crazy. The kid, Johan, is messed up in the head.
But somehow
obviously.
he's orchestrating these killings.
Yes, so he is...
He wasn't actually doing them. But,
Right, he's insanely smart.
Right, and he has resources which may have come from that family at first.
Potentially.
But
what I think it's more of that is he has he has this key to other people's monster. Like, he's able to at the very least, like, insidiously, like get inside other people's heads, because that's why everyone's so scared of him.
Yes, sure, I'll absolutely buy that. Yeah, especially since him and his sister seem to have fled the hospital together.
Right.
Now, okay, now one other thing. So, when I was editing the first episode, I noticed that at the very beginning, when there was that passage from Revelation, it said the Black Book of Johan. Now,
well, no, because John wrote the
that's right, that's
book of Revelation,
but
so that's more of just some symbolism. But yes, it's foreshadowing.
Yeah.
But it's not saying that Johan.
Right. No, I get it. It's not something that can be taken literally. But still, that's anyway.
But I think what it might be saying is that Johan is kind of the how do I say that? This is the prophet of humanity's doom, basically. That
the supreme being of evil.
Well, not the supreme being of evil, like not some kind of literal monster from like apocalyptic things, but like some kind of personification of that which is the darkness of humanity.
If they wanted to do something supernatural here and say that Johan was like possessed or something, I would buy that.
I would kind of buy it,
I don't think they're going to do that, and I would prefer if they didn't do that.
Right.
But the thing is, you have the issue of there's a kid who is insanely smart, and apparently if the Liebert family was the first family, then that means it wasn't
the first family that we know of.
The first family that we know of. That means it wasn't because of whatever brain damage may or may not have happened because of the bullet wound.
He started out that way.
Right.
This is going to get into the nature versus nurture debate very quickly.
Because something like that does not just happen.
Yep.
Like, so
what's
actually, Johan's story?
Let's throw this out really quick. I am going to go hard into the nurture side of things.
Same here.
So one of the things that's very easy to do in stories where there's someone that does a bunch of horrible things is you just you demonize them and you go, they're evil. Right. They're straight up evil. Yeah. I think this story wouldn't go on as long as it does if Johan was a supremely evil, horrible, just child from the start. Or I'm guessing some people messed with him. Like, intentionally, like there's some kind of abuse, there's some kind of
something happened that twisted him up before he even met the doctor, because
before that.
I feel like the whole thing that happened with Tenma was basically in him saying that he wished they were dead, right, and then him killing them and being like, isn't that what you wanted, and now you're promoted. I feel like that's basically like sort of telling us what Johan's story is before they tell us what his story is.
Ooh, let's dissect that actually, because I think there's something there. If we assume that Johan has no moral center, he has...
He's just a total sociopath.
He's a total sociopath, and we assume the nurture argument, he was conditioned to become a sociopath. Unintentionally or intentionally.
Or he already was a sociopath, and that ended up manifesting in these ways because of conditioning that could have been accidental.
Okay, now I'm going to go for the nurture argument, like that nothing that happens in the environment is accidental.
Oh, that even his sociopathy was something that was nurtured as well?
It was nurtured. It didn't necessarily all come from nurture.
Sure, yeah.
But I'm going to
somewhere
because that's the thing about the nature versus nurture argument. It's not one or the other immutably.
It's a combo of both.
Right. And so to explain what we mean by the nature versus nurture argument, for those of you that don't know, it's kind of how a child ends up very much like their parents, because of one, DNA, that's the nature argument, but also nurture in that the parents raised them. The parents raised them, so they end up mimicking the parents in the way that babies do.
Because children and babies are basically just
very
photocopying like machines.
Yeah, they'll pattern match everything that they see around them, and that's why this kind of thing of the kid who's just had this traumatic thing, hearing the doctor be like, I wish they were dead, the kid goes, oh, I can be a good person and help them.
Yeah, and
and just kills them. Has no idea that that's right or wrong. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the kid became this way. This wasn't necessarily the end result that they desired. Like, whoever was involved in the environmental makeup of this child, but the actions made that resulted in Johan being this way were very much intentional. It was not accidental. I don't want to say coincidence.
Okay.
In this.
I like the idea of that. Because there's both ways you can really have a great story either way.
Yeah,
the reason why I personally would prefer an accidental thing is because with what they've been going out of sort of the monster in all of us and things like that, is the idea that even the butterfly effect of your actions can cause harm and good to people without you realizing.
Very
it.
true.
So
very true.
So with someone like Johan, he's the extreme of that.
Very extreme.
Like way out there. And I think that would be something that they could really explore far in this show, not just with Johan, but also with Tenma, not just in the past, but also in the future. But I really felt for that guy.
Yeah,
the
Junkers, because that was something where you could tell that he was psychologically disturbed.
Yeah,
but the thing that still kind of makes me think that there's some kind of innate carnal fear that's coming from Johan. It is something about his intentional actions, meaning that the way he dealt with Tenma, I think, gives us also a little bit of insight into what is so dangerous about Johan.
Yes, and I think when they showed his face, that also encapsulated it really well, because it's the idea.
Well said.
It's the handsome devil. It's the
handsome
person.
Devil.
It's the person that is there. You would not expect them to be a monster, right? And the idea is that when Johan does his monstrous things, he very much knows, how monstrous it is, even if he, say, doesn't have a moral compass, so it seems just like a completely foreign concept to him.
He is aware of the effect his actions have on others.
Exactly.
And I think that is intentional.
Right. I think this is... Because, if they were able to do all that when they were kids, then
as an adult, he's terrifying.
I can't imagine what this will be like. Because here's the other thing, and this is what I didn't get. But now that I think about it, it's starting to make a bit more sense. Junkers ran from the hospital.
Right.
Johan did not seem to be chasing him.
Yep.
So... how did he know where Junkers would go?
Yeah.
Like all these kinds of things, like physically, how was Johan able to be there to kill Junkers, right?
Right.
Why, when Junkers ran, didn't he just disappear into the night? It would have been a lot easier, in my mind, if Johan was just there and he killed Junkers, and that was that.
Right.
Right? But especially since it seems like he was wanting to frame Tenma.
Yeah.
This is like
some next level stuff.
This is some next level stuff. This is beyond like Lelouch type like masterminding. That's
why I think we can't completely rule out the supernatural.
Right.
But if we're going to go with kind of the themes I would say that this show is going so far, let's think about the setting. We are in Germany,
right?
And it's in the 80s.
Yep.
So I believe the Berlin Wall is about to come down.
Right. The 9-year time skip might have made it so that it's past the wall coming down.
Right. The wall might have come down.
Because I think it was 1986 when it started.
The show started?
Right. So
then the wall has come down.
Yeah.
The wall has come down already.
Right, because that would mean it's 95.
Yeah. So in terms of kind of the setting and everything like that, this wasn't Cold War time, but it's kind of that post-Cold War time. And one of the things that was kind of a thing during that time, there was a lot of propaganda, there's a lot of information wars and things like this, a lot of subtle things going on underneath the surface. And when I think about Johan as a character, he seems to be that force of evil underneath the surface.
Right, yeah.
And I'm trying to think of how this story could go from just being a simple cat and mouse chase, which I'm thinking it will be at least, very soon, to being something more. And this is where I think that Johan as a character will thrive in. Is I feel like I don't want to go too big too quickly in terms of crackpot theories, but I feel like he is a bit of agency for humanity to succumb to the monster. So the themes of it will be society.
Sure.
Society and all the people in it have access to the same monster that Johan has.
And when Tenma, spoke his mind, right? He saw that as maybe an opportunity to, give Tenma, his monster.
Yes, exactly. So where this could go is that Johan teaches humanity how to be monsters.
Right.
And I feel like Tenma is going to be his plaything.
Right, because here's the thing.
All along
this is what stood out to me the most from this episode. And it's a weird thing that it stood out to me like this, but the idea that Johan didn't actually kill any of the people.
Right.
He just hired some other random people to do his dirty work.
Yeah.
He didn't
until this last
moment, right? And even when he killed the police officer, he didn't shoot the police officer or strangle him or anything like that. He gave them a poisoned candy, which meant that he probably found out where that person lived and all, who was the one guarding them, where they lived, all that stuff. Got them the candy so that they would die and all, and those kinds of crazy things where if he was in the Hunter x Hunter universe, he would be like a manipulator to the core, right? Like hardcore, which means the cat and mouse stuff we're probably going to get between him and Tenma is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
because Tenma's going to know everything but be unable to actually stop him.
Right. So
it's not going to be the thing of whether or not he can prove. He has probably all the it will be a thing of proof. It's not going to be a thing of whether or not he knows who the killer is, so to speak. He's going to know exactly who it is, and it's going to be just this dark blood trail, all over the place of this kid who is something else.
Yeah, and what I'm curious about, so Tenma brought up this idea that no one's beyond redemption. Right. Now, I'm not sure whether that was out of irony or to set the theme.
I think it was both.
Because my question is, Tenma could just shoot Johan. If he just has a gun, right? What's to say that he couldn't just shoot him?
Right.
And I don't think this show is going to go into an action thing of can Tenma physically, kill Johan, best him or whatever. Which makes me wonder what they're going to do exactly. Because
what kind of conflict can these two extremely different people have?
Yes.
To where it stays compelling well into the future. And I think it's going to be a psychological battle. I think it's going to be primarily along beliefs. It's going to be around...
Sure.
It's going to be, the regular everyman who wants to help people and do good and save lives, contrasted by this horrible darkness resting inside and around this boy that he essentially brought into the world.
It's almost like that question of if you could go back in time and kill Hitler,
would you? Yeah, like baby Hitler. Well, this is like teenage teenage Hitler,
like still in art school, like Hitler.
Well, no, but he's going around being a serial killer,
right?
As well, and I'd say it's also a little bit different from that because. One of the things I would say that's similar with Johan is he's swaying Tenma's mind left and right with his words, and kind of how he basically had Tenma completely transfixed in that moment.
Right, Tenma did not try and run away. He didn't
try to kill him. He
didn't try and pull Junkers out of there or anything. And I mean that makes sense. I mean it's even for a doctor whose whole thing is about being calm under pressure, that's a lot of pressure he was in right there.
Well, the thing is I don't think he was able to do anything because of just how psychologically destroyed he was by what Johan said to him.
Yeah, and normally I wouldn't. I would kind of like laugh at that idea.
Sure.
But what they showed with Junkers and with the sister,
Yeah.
that can be where they hint at like the supernatural kind of feeling elements without actually having it going like he's possessed or something like that.
Right, because all these people were deathly afraid of him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's unnaturally so.
Mhm.
Like, I get the idea of if you had someone that had done horrible things to you in the past, you would be terrified of them like that.
Right,
But
but-
they went into a sort of catatonic shock
Right.
of just, he must be killed, he must be killed,
Mhm.
kill the monster, run, the monster is coming.
Which is
It's built up for the dramatic emphasis that the show needs, because it's
Exactly.
that kind of a show.
yeah.
But it also kind of hints at something more. And I really don't want it to be supernatural.
Yeah, me neither.
But I
'Cause-
feel like
yeah.
we're going to continually get teased at that.
right.
And that's where we're going to be questioned by,
You know-
is where it won't necessarily go full on, did biology create this? Did nurture create this? Did science create this? Did a
Yeah,
supernatural like demon create this?
do you know what I'm getting a vibe of right now?
What's that?
Phantom of the Opera.
Ooh, okay.
Especially with like the plays of Phantom of the Opera.
Mhm.
The Phantom has this almost like mystical seeming
Yes,
like effect.
otherworldly, supernatural
Yeah.
type thing. Yeah.
So that kind of seems like what they're starting to do with Johan.
Right.
And that's
right.
it's like
enigmatic.
it's enigmatic, but like the idea that they could have the true conflict of this
Yeah.
story, like some of the most tense moments be around conversations like we
Yes.
saw here.
I think so.
That's exciting.
It's exciting. It's also terrifying because
Well, yeah.
one of the things that this show is constantly shoving at us in our faces with the themes of is what are human beings really made of? Like,
And what are they capable
What are they
of?
capable of? Because when it comes down to it, the show seems to be bringing the message in about the monster inside all of us.
Right.
And I think Tenma is supposed to be us because we're
Yeah.
thrown into this crazy
Exactly.
world.
Yep.
And Johan is the literal personification
Right,
of
he's the embodiment
humanity's
of-
monster.
Yeah. Right.
And I think the question of where this story can get compelling is that the inspector guy is this arm of the story. There's the conflict which is between Johan and Tenma, but the other arm of the story is discovering why Johan exists.
Right.
And I think that is where the story can get very interesting, because I love these types of theories. I want to go all in on what makes Johan tick. Like,
Right. What is he after?
What is he after? Like,
Yeah.
why is he so intelligent? What
Yeah.
are the
Yeah.
things that instigated him to flee East Germany with these parents? Why is he killing? Like,
Why is he not with his sister?
Why is he not with his sister?
Does his sister have intelligence like his?
Exactly.
Like,
now you're
'cause they're
exactly. That's what I'm
twins, so-
thinking too. So I think what we're gonna get into is a very simple structure of a story where the twin girl is the key.
Right. Yeah, I can
She
totally
is
see that.
probably the one person that Johan will not kill other than Tenma. Tenma.
Okay. Yeah, because he made the familial connection. Right? So
Exactly.
that makes sense.
So-
That the other actual family.
Right. So Tenma will be his plaything.
Wait. So I
The
love
girl
this. Uh-huh.
will be his weakness,
Right.
essentially.
So they.
Yep.
They are kind of making her, and you're gonna hate me for saying this.
Oh,
but
I
they're-
know what you're-
They're kind of making it so that the sister is the magical girl, even though she's totally not. No, but they're keeping the fundamental ideas of it without actually having it be like. You get what I'm saying.
In before Johan is actually a magical girl. Like, that's...
Well, Johan's sister, Anna, I think was her name.
Anna, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but anyways,
But there's
like,
something there in that they're twins.
Mhm.
They're very different. Because that's
Right.
the nature and nurture argument right there. Why are they biologically exactly the same, but for some reason Johan is the monster? That's the question.
Yes. And
That's the question.
And I would still love to see it be something where, especially if you say Johan, like, his one weakness is his sister, right?
Mhm.
I would love to see it be something where he became a monster for the sake of his sister.
I love it. I also feel like it's more to it than that. There's more to it
Sure.
than that. I feel like one of his first actions of monstrosity was to protect his sister.
Yeah, there you go.
But it was not the origin.
Right.
And I think that's
Yes.
where they'll keep it
Sure.
actually vague, is that there will be constant things that Tenma will
You're right,
discover,
yes.
and they'll all kind of point towards some reason, but the actual reason will probably not be fully... 'cause
Right.
it's more terrifying. You
Exactly.
Don't,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to
mhm.
point
Yeah.
down...
I was about to say that,
Yeah, you don't want to point to a person in this kind of a story and be able to say, yep, this is the reason why they're a monster.
Right.
Because then that
Exactly.
completely humanizes them to the point where you're not scared of them anymore.
Well, right, because
But-
to quote the philosophical, the great work of philosophy, Beauty and the Beast. In the Mob song, they have the saying, "We don't like what we don't understand. In fact, it scares us."
Yep.
And this monster is mysterious, at least.
Yep.
So that's what they're going to basically keep up for Johan. They're
Right.
going to make sure that while we find out more about him,
Right.
it is going to stay mysterious. It's
Right.
not going
It's
to be
gonna lead to
clearly
more
defined. It's going to
questions.
lead to more questions because
Yep.
that will make him even more terrifying as we get to know who and what this monster is.
Oh, man. I love it.
We're in for a ride.
We are in for a wild ride indeed. All right, guys,
so
this is
good.
a lot of fun. Really intense stuff. Really tense stuff. And yeah, if you want to see the next reaction right now for our monster series, go check out the link in the description below. Patreon, it also comes with Discord access.
It does.
Where you can chat with us about storytelling. And yeah, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.